Pia mimi niko salama. Jina yangu naitwa Samuel Chonge kutoka Kiambu. Mimi ni member wa MMM. I joined like a month ago. Basically tutaweza kuelewa Triple M ni nini na ni manufaa gani tunapata tukiingia kwa Triple M. How many of us does not understand? Ni wangapi wetu hawataelewa Triple M ndio nani? Triple M tunasema ya a global community. Kwa hivyo members wa Triple M wametoka popote ulimwenguni. And basically what we do, tunafanya financial exchange. Sisi sio benki, we are not a bank. Neither are we an investment company. Lakini kupitia kwa MMM watu wanasaidika kivipi? Community wakati unapeana usaidizi, it doesn't care unasaidia nani ukiwa kwa community once you become a member. Ukipatiana usaidizi kwa yeyote unasaidia, community inakusaidia, unapata kiwango ya 30% ya ile usaidizi umepatiana. 30% of whatever help that you have given. In this community, first of all, kwanza tuelewe what informed kutengenezwa kwa hii community, ndio tuweze kujua kwa nini tunasaidiana na sio loan tunapatiana. Ukiangalia tuseme kitu kama benki, our banks are very capitalistic. Ati lazima ukuwe na pesa na ukuwe una save na wao for a very long time. And that actually does not guarantee that you will secure a loan with them. And you know one thing, ile pesa benki zinapatiana, hawana pesa yao. What a bank does, ni watu wawili au mtu mmoja akiwa na kiwango ya kama bilioni 3, kwa wakati huu ni 3 billion yenye unachukua unaweka kwa National Reserve in the central bank. Ukiweka hiyo kiwango kwa central bank, sasa umepatiwa idhini on your issued certificates za kukuwezesha to collect deposits and issue loans. So basically, ukiangalia system ya banks hawana pesa zao zile wanapatiana. Mimi nikiweka pesa yangu asubuhi, wewe uje saa 8 unapatiwa hiyo pesa yangu. And when you try to work it out, like you are procuring that loan for an interest like 20% or even 25%, yet wakati unapeleka hiyo pesa yako kwa bank, what reward do you get, or what incentive do they give you ndio ukue consistent saver? They don't actually give you incentive. In fact, they punish you for keeping your money with them, because basically what they do, wanakudanganya wamekupatia 1%. Ordinary savings zina accumulate 1% interest rate, isn't it? It is in public domain. Wale wanapeleka juu sana is 2%. And this 1% or 2% is subjected to taxes. So at the end of the day, you'll not actually realize the 1%. What are they doing on the other side? On the other side, they are levying more than 20% on the savings zenye umepatiana. Kwa hivyo, basically, wanatumia pesa zako, and on top of that, kuwapatia pesa zako ndio ikuwe saving yako. They actually punish you for doing that. So, again, when you look at how wealth distribution in all capitalist world, inakuwa, it is only a few guys. Kuna mzee alikuwa hapo kitambo, alikuwa anaitwa JM Kariuki. Wengi wanamjua. There is a statement alipatiana, akasema, there is actually no need of bringing up a country of 10 millionaires and 10 million and 10 million beggars, isn't it? Isn't that the case that we have in our country? Isn't that the case that we have in the world? That there is somebody somewhere in the world who is sleeping hungry while you actually have more than enough in your bank account, yet it is not attracting any interest. In fact, it is being penalized because the moment when you want to withdraw your money from the bank, unaenda unaambiwa unachajiwa withdrawal charges. At the end of the month, there are some banks that will charge like ledger fees, or claiming that they are maintaining your money. Lakini, it is them who are benefiting more with your money than yourself, who is the owner of this money. So basically, MMM is coming up with a revolution that is aimed at addressing issues that uneven distribution of resources, that it is only a few that have money and others cannot actually afford a meal in a day. So the donation that you'll have given will have actually given you 30% of that. So when you want to request at the end of that period, you are going to request 1,300. And the same case applies to any amount. So any amount that you give in the community, you start to benefit 30% over and above what you give in that community. Up to that point, tumesikizana. Una swali? Before we continue. What happens is, like, you have given out your 1,000 shillings or your 10,000 shillings. What happens is, now you don't have the money. Sindio? Yes. Because you don't have that money, ni kama vile tunasema in Safaricom. You have used your credit and you have exhausted it. We introduced what we call bonga point, isn't it? So, basically, the points, you will accumulate what we call Mavro points. Mavro points is actually equated to the amount that you gave plus 30% that it bore when you gave. So, assuming that, that now you want to receive help. If you want to receive help, you are actually redeeming the amount that you gave in the community, that is one, and you're also redeeming probably the interest that was accrued when you gave. So, when you withdraw your Mavro points, basically it means that now, now that you have withdrawn your points and you don't have points. So, giving is not a one-time thing, because what happens is that when you have spare money, and you want to give in the community, you give as much as you'd like to give, and you receive as much as you'd like, you want to get that assistance. So basically that is what happens.
And then is it maybe after now you deposit the first amount? Now this 30%, how often do you get paid that percent?
Okay. One, the 30% that we are talking about is actually paid when after a period of 3 months, 3 weeks after you give that help. But the community also gives you another way to accumulate your points, because when you refer someone to become a member of the community, you get 10% of whatever deposit that they do. That is another incentive. There is still another incentive that actually will give you like it can guarantee you to get up to 100%. We are calling it, we have just introduced that, it is called MMM Extra, whereby you are assigned some tasks to do some marketing for, to do some online tasks for the community, and you still earn points. So basically, what happens is, like you are asking whether you get the 30% once. It all depends on whether or not you have redeemed your points. If you have not redeemed your points, there is that progression that your donation is still growing. So basically, it is not a one-time thing unless now you don't have points in the system.
I think the way I understand this question, you say if you put your 1,000 in this program, you say after 1 month it has risen by 30%, isn't it? I think what he's asking is, suppose you put the 1,000 today and you stayed for 6 months. So your 1,000 is basically it's just there. You've never redeemed anything. Will it be rising
by
that 30% every month?
It is still like
Meaning that the first month I got 30% on my 1,000. So meaning I have what, 1,300, is it?
Yes.
What happens? Is it next month I'll earn 30% on 1,300? Or is it 30% again on the same 1,000? I think he's trying to understand how does it work.
Yes.
That if you put 10,000 today and you come 6 months later, what has happened to your donation of 10,000?
Exactly.
6 months later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, what happens is that even if you have given that assistance in the system and you have not redeemed your points are still growing. So the moment
compounded interest, that's what I mean.
That's what we're driving at.
Yeah,
yes,
that's exactly. That's
Is it compounded interest?
Yeah.
I might want to ask another question. When you deposit
an account that will be like your bank account. We call it blockchain account or Bitcoin account. Because the currency that we use is actually called Bitcoins. That is the currency that we use in the system. It is called Bitcoins. Now your question is, if you deposit. So basically, the question that you're asking is that when you deposit or when you have money in your account, that is Bitcoin account, and you have not given, will you accrue any interest? These are two separate systems. The Bitcoin is actually an account, totally independent from your personal office. That is the second account, whereby you do all your operations. So if you have your money in your Bitcoin account and you have not actually intimated in the system that you want to give, because what happens in the system is immediately when you offer to give help, that is the time your money starts growing at a rate of 30%. It is not the actual giving that actually contributes to when your money starts growing. It is the moment that you intimate that you want to give help to someone, that is when your money starts growing. It doesn't matter whether this person will come for that money after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it is still growing. So, your money cannot grow while it is still in your Bitcoin account unless you have intimated in the system that you want to give help.
No, if, for instance, now I'm donating 10,000, for instance, yeah?
Yes.
And then I want help. What are the criteria now? Do I still get, if I want to help also, I also want help, right? I want to raise that group here now, get up here. Do I get, is there a ceiling now to the much I can ask for? Maybe for instance, because I now, or does it get maybe, or I don't get something more than what I get?
Okay. Basically what happens in the system is that, like, for example, you have given your 10,000.
Yeah.
When you give your 10,000, you're saying that it is growing at a rate of 30%, isn't it? So, if there is nothing else that you've done in the system, probably you have not registered somebody else in the system, and that person probably have not offered help, because you get points when your downliners, when you register them, they offer to give help, or they deposit some money in the system. So what will happen is, when you are asking for that help after a period of 3 weeks or to be or 1 month, what will happen is that you can get 10,000 13,000, because it have grown with
Does you get paid?
Yes.
That percent
Yes.
of our deposit.
Yes.
What is the product there? How are they managing this? How are they generating the money? Do they have some other income generating kind of whatever? Or because we understand this is not a business, just a money exchange platform for a marketplace. Now the question is, how sustainable is the system? Because if, for instance, now Sadi here, the moment now she's at the Korea, and maybe the people now, because they are, from what I understand, as long as there is no incoming funds or maybe new community not giving in, that means a system maybe may not be able to sustain everybody. What do you believe?
Okay, that's a good question. And okay, let me take you back to when or how the organization came to be.
There was something I was trying to explain. Excuse me. Can we move near here? Just because we don't have power, we could have presented it all here. But let's just come near here to show out. So, okay, let me just start from the word ago. We have two options here. We have provide help and give help and ask for help. So, there are many things in my account because I've also been given some help, so they need me to write some testimonials. So it keeps on popping up there. This is provide help and get help. Now, for instance, if you provide help this week, you provided a help of 10,000 for that matter. I just want to clarify something. So we are a community. When you provide help, it means you are providing it freely. It's not a rent, it's not anything of that nature. But that's not the end of it. When you provide help, you also become qualified to get help. In any amount you give, it cannot get lost, no matter what the rate. And now, this system, Triple M, is founded by a genius banker who revolutionized the banking system in Russia in 1994. And he has got the know-how of how the banking system is working. So, the thing is, it is not like a bank or a business or whatever the nature, but it's members giving each other freely. But still the system will calculate what you have given, that within 3 weeks, the system will
determine how much you should
get. How much you should get.
In
Okay.
respect to what we've given out also.
Yes, depending on how much you are given. So whatever you give, you will also be given, and it cannot get no, and no matter the rate, and no matter what. And because of you have learned how in the recent past, people have tried to be doing some things like pyramid scheme in Kenya, which they have totally failed because of many reasons. Why are they failing? They are failing because you are fighting with a system, a government, a banking institution which you are not going to rise. So they will automatically come and crash it off completely. And why are they doing so? You are depositing in the same banks, you go and take your money there, and everything, so they can trace it and just lock it off. But this one is unique because these things are like social network, like Facebook or whatever. But of course, it has got a high insecurity, that system security, that nobody can really crash it. It's not easy. We have not given any money yet, but the system starts. You see, like this red, it means it is something which has not been confirmed. So when it is green, available for withdrawal. When it is blue, frozen. Frozen means that zile mtu amechukua, you have just given somebody. There is like 2 weeks when it is frozen, which means it is still ready, but it is processing. After 2 weeks now it turns to green, which means it can be withdrawn. So in 2 weeks, if you've given 10,000, in 2 weeks you can still withdraw 10,000. But when it reaches 1 month, it has grown with 130. It is now 130%. Understand what happens? So this is how it works. I'll just show you with a typical example. What are my grains? Okay, you can see that I have some grains. There are some frozen ones, and there are also grains. These grains means it is ready money which I can get L. Like when you come here, you say available for withdrawal. This means what you can, the help you can get. In this, and that Mavro, it means when you sell it, it's the exact money you will get. So these are Mavro dollars. They are 255.8100. That's Mavro dollars which I have right now. So let me check. This Mavro dollars on 6th, you see how much they are? 267, and that's the reality. On 8th, the same this month, it is already 271. On 13th this month, it is 284. On 15th this month, so now, are you see that progress? So it is a compounded bonuses growth. Yeah. So all these bonuses we are getting all compounded growth. It translate to money anytime. So December, for instance, on this Mavros, easy. By about 5th, let's just say by December, 30th December. But you have been shown how it grows. 30th December, 31st December is 566.95. It has literally, which means even if you left it there without removing it, it will still be working.
Oh, it's still growing.
Yeah, it is still growing. So when we say it is a system which wants to liberate people from poverty and live a good life, that's it. I've tested it, I'm doing it, I've withdrawn several money here. I know it is true.
No, let's go back. Just let's go back to providing help. We want to just to understand how the system works. Now
you have applied to provide help. So you have done so. Now let me. And then it start growing.
Yeah.
now let me another thing. If for instance somebody wants to receive help, you've not requested for help. If you at the same time you want to request help and you've also given, will you get equivalent to what is in your mom account? I mean, what is in your mom account now?
Yes, you will get, provided you have created for it. Because for instance,
Yeah. So for instance, now you want to receive help.
I want to receive it. You want to receive it, you simply come here. But of course, it is good. Okay, there is something I have not done. There is a help which I received. I have not written a letter of happiness. There is testimony. There is a place to write it. So I have not written it. Once I write
It's
it,
okay. It's okay.
if I come here, it will
It will
start rolling.
Okay.
But it comes for it. You see now, it has become blue, which means process. Then within 2 weeks, it is ready for withdrawal.
Yes.
If I don't withdraw it, it still compounds itself.
Yeah.
It still go on and up until the time I will withdraw it.
And then now another question. Apart from this, how do they generate this money that they are paying this that percent? Because sometimes we ask, there has to be something that really facilitating. Because sometimes we would not want to, because they're saying this is not a life, this is not a business. But how is this system now generating this money that we're able to get that percent?
That is now what the mystery which I want to tell you.
Yes.
So this is what happens. Let me just demonstrate something slightly. My brother will come back. You see, we are a community,
Yes.
which means there is a membership in this community.
Yes.
And this community is not just like a computer people, but they are real people like you and me, like today. If all of us we have signed up there, we have become members of that community automatically. So worldwide, we have members in Russia, in about 107 countries, and still growing. So it can tell you how that big community is. So it means, if today you have just provided help of 10,000, I just want to explain something. That help you have given to somebody and somebody has taken it. Actually, when you receive this email, the time you are notified that so and so from such and such a place want to take this help, you will see his phone number, his name, and even the region it's coming from, because you will see the type of phone number it is. If it is Kenya, you will see +254. It is something real. Then it will show you that person's Bitcoin wallet address. So you take that amount in Bitcoins and deposit it in this wallet. Because in your Bitcoin wallet, we are going to show you that my friend here will show you how to remove money from the Bitcoin wallet when you are transacting. So the time you click send in the Bitcoin wallet, the Bitcoin wallet has a place send. So the window will open and you take that person's Bitcoin wallet address and paste it here and copy the figures here and send. By the time you send, that money is sent already. And it goes direct to that person who asked for help. The same thing, when you ask for help, the same thing happens to you. Yeah. So what happens? Why you will ask me, where is this money? This is what has been disturbing people. Where is this money coming from? I want to answer you. When a bank is opened, a bank has customer, yes or no? Yes. And every customer has got different needs. There's some depositing and some withdrawing. Yes or no? And the process continues as long as that bank is alive, it does not fall. Because people keep on depositing and they keep on withdrawing. So I just want us to understand this mystery once and for all. Since there will be always people who are providing help, yes, there are also people who are getting help. And that is not a big deal. The system has calculated, it has known that today you have given 10,000 and maybe you are supposed to get the one which is ready for you plus maybe bonus at that particular time is 15,000 or 20,000. When you say provide us get help and you have selected, because you can also take, I only want 1,000 or 2,000, you will select and say what you want. The system allows you to calculate and see what you want to put in, key in the amount you want. Yes, Senor. Somebody else who are also providing help, that money has gone to the pool, or rather, the request has gone to the pool of the system. Their money has not been removed yet from their wallets, but work on a pesa zao kwa account yao, Senor. But now you have said you want that help. The system is automatic. It just come and say, how many people are providing help? Mr. Mike is good like 15,000 who this person needs. Or Mr. Mike has got 10, another one has bringing 5, so and so. The system just say, I take from Mr. If you want 20. Mr. Mike has given freely 10. Mr. Jonge is giving another 10 or 5. Mr. Peter is giving another 5. The system collect all of this and direct those people to your help. Then all these people, they receive notification, and the notification will say this, Mr. Mike, the other time you requested or you applied to give somebody help. Now so and so, telephone number coming from this and this has come, you need help. Go and process that payment. I just go and process the payment. It's automatic. There's no big deal. Then that one also has been notified. This one has been notified. They process the payment and they give you. You are home and dry. That is where the money comes from. The money comes from members and it keeps on circulating.
Now, if they maybe members now cease now to donate, maybe to give, this is an assumption. Maybe for instance now, like now I've been part of the system. Then my initial input, maybe my initial seed capital has really multiplied to a point now I want to it back now. Okay? And I don't know how to contribute to the system. What is the logic here? Don't you think maybe then, for instance, we have 100 people or 200 or maybe 1 million people now withdrawing from the system? What will happen? What can happen?
What will happen? That is a very good question, and we have tackled it. Anyway, the thing is, the system, as long as it is alive, which it is, you cannot lose your money. If maybe a time has come whereby maybe you said, I want my money, and maybe your money was too much, because basically we don't allow it to grow past $10,000. $10,000 is 1 million Kenyan shillings now, or more, 1 million something. We don't allow it to grow past that. Anytime you have so much funds there, you will always, that's why you have found us to be a genuine phone. Somebody will call you, customer care will call you and say, Mr. So-and-so, you have accumulated so much, come and ask for help. And at least reduce it. So what happens is, provided the system is alive, there will be always people who are giving and receiving. That is the system. That's how we are operating.
And to add on that, what you're talking about is called panic. For example,
It's a concern, not panic.
yeah, no. Okay, in general terms or in legal terms, it is called panic.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you're panicking, but we are saying
Like
that
when you want
even
to
a bank,
Panic.
even a bank, and that is why all banks have tried to make sure that they are operating in a transparent manner, and they would actually pay anything to make sure that you don't tarnish their names. If today everybody woke up and decided that or somebody said that Equity Bank is going down, let's go and get our money. Did you know that they cannot get your money? Because all the money that is in Equity Bank, some of which is in security, some of which is in loans, they cannot get this money. So as long as there is no panic, the system will work as the banking system works.
Now, Mike, I've seen how progressive you are going to run here. Is it now? Is it running by that percent? Is it running by that percent, or maybe that, or maybe because it is progressive?
It is now compounded,
Is it
which
compounding
means
by that percent?
if today, if by the end of this month,
Yes.
I've earned maybe 30%, maybe on like $300.
Yes.
It means now all that bonuses which was there, now it is put here, and thus it will now calculate the 30% of what is already there. What is already there. When that end of the month comes, now that is why you see it keeps on adding. It is automated. So now it is progressing, it is a compounded.
Yes.
Yeah, interest.
So let's go to the payment process, the Bitcoin now part of it.
Yeah.
Is there a way you link? How do you link with the Bitcoin now, the chain block now, and the investment and the program?
Okay. When you are registering, like I can demonstrate here.
Let's now demonstrate. Let another person. Thank God for it.
Okay. Once you have created your PO, that is the personal office, you'll need to link it with an account, isn't it? Because this is like you want to create a payment gateway, such that when you request for your help in the PO, you get your money in your Bitcoin account. So when you open your Bitcoin account, there is what we call Bitcoin address. This address that you find here. This is what you'll use to paste in when you go to your account. You'll find accounts here. It is one of the menus that are in your PH, your PO or personal office. When you click here, it will automatically open. It will automatically open a window. This window now, where you fill in your account details. There is account name. There is IFSC code. That is where we feel that we are using BTC. Then your bank name is Bitcoin. Then where you find your account number is where you paste the address that you generated when you opened your blockchain account or Bitcoin account. That is where you paste it in here. When you paste it in here, now you have linked your PO with a payment gateway, such that when you request for help, the help that you have requested will come directly to your account.
Okay, good thing. On the same note, if now we want, I'm assuming we want to sell our dollars. I mean the Bitcoin now, the Bitcoin. How easy is it? Because now sometimes maybe if you look at it, the Bitcoin has not been really. I don't know if it's about the currency. I'm not sure. I don't know how often I can get my hard cash now.
Okay, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Did you know that if I had some money in my Bitcoin account, I can get it within like 2 or 3 minutes? It is possible through M-Pesa.
In Kenya, yeah.
Yes, it will come directly to your account. There are systems that changes your Bitcoin to Kenya shillings.
The system itself. Or maybe there are people
there is there come an intermediary like there is one called Bitpesa, whereby
Equity Bank.
there is Equity Bank, there is Barclays Bank.
We want to avoid the banking whatever because it can take 7 to 8 working days for you to get that money.
Exactly. So if you want to get it, if you really want to get it quick, there is Bitpesa. It will come directly to your account.
Those are things we need.
Yes.
So what is the rate now? Because we would want also to work with the rate that you guys now, the standard rate of any Bitcoin against our Kenyan
Okay. Bitcoin, as you know, Bitcoin is an internet currency or a cryptocurrency. So basically, what happens is that, like, there isn't much regulation on how quick it can rise or how fast it can fall. But currently, if you check, you'll find that one Bitcoin is equivalent to like 26,000 Kenya shillings.
Let me just check for you the rates now.
Mike is checking.
Okay, one Bitcoin now is equivalent to 25,031.88 cents. Now,
That is the thing.
one Bitcoin now.
But the answer is like no.
No.
But yes. Yeah. It is
No and
it
yes.
is no and yes, because it depends on when you like to borrow.
Yes.
Say like you deposit like 1,000 today, and you probably will request for help like in 3 years time. Probably you get your 20,000.
Yes.
No, not even 20. That is much more, my friend.
Even be more.
Yeah, so the answer is yes and no at the same time.
Actually, on the same, do they use, for instance, maybe it might be gifted in a country.
Yes.
Maybe you bring in, say that people,
Yes.
and maybe they have invested more than he has put in, yeah?
Yes.
Do they use the point value now to determine the amount of help you should?
Exactly. So basically, you may bring in your 1,000, then you make sure like you get like 10 other people who brings in like 20,000 each. Probably in 3 months' time or in 2 months' time, you can get your 20K.
Even more, much more.
Comfortable.
They work as security.
Not security, but you accumulate
Bonus.
points from them.
So what is
Yes.
the percentage of living now? What is the, I mean, what is the percentage of an average maybe for instance somebody brings
10%.
10%.
Of anything he has done,
Yes,
you get 10% of it.
that is the direct bonus.
Direct bonus.
But there is no indirect.
How is indirect?
That's a referral. You are the referral to referral.
Even it depends. Okay, if we just show them there is a that is a called referral system.
Yes.
Referral system goes to infinity. It goes like this. Let me explain to you. The first line, it is actually here. Just check your name. The first line, oh, that is manager's bonus. Leave about manager's bonus first. Let's just come to your own bonus. Your own bonus goes like this. The first, let's assume this is the first. You see the first one, just go like check up 10%. There's 10% here. See here? Yes. The second one, you get 5%. The third row, you get 3%. Fourth row, you get 1%. The fifth down line, not fifth group, you get 0.5. The sixth one and down one, you get 0.3. And then infinity, you get 0.1%. So everybody, it is a network system. It is put in a network system. So everybody you bring and your people under you bring to infinity, they will start affecting you. Some maybe you get some little things, but if they are made up, eventually you get a lot of points. That's how it works.
And there is an extra bonus for those or like if you bring like downliners who will bring in some good contribution, say like $50, you get 20% bonus. So for you to get the 20,000 you are talking about is very easy in the system. It's very easy.
How old is this program, this system?
Okay.
When was
This system is very old. Okay. The program that we're using right now was actually started in the year 2011. So it have been in existence. Now the ones that we are seeing here was started in the year 2011. But previously, the same system used to exist. But it used to exist differently because that one was not online but offline. So our main, so if we are going to talk about the system, let us concentrate on now what we can benefit from, and is the online system that we are dealing with today.
Don't think that it is investment or that is a matter of depositing, but it is the help you are qualified to, and this help is the other members of community who will also give you. And the system, since the system is an automated system, the system knows exactly, you calculate how much you are supposed to get at any given time. So when you say I want help, the system has already shown you this is the much help you can get. So that is automated from the system. And that much help you can get is the members of the community who are in their millions around the world who will provide to you, as you are also providing. So that is how it works. That is the uniqueness about it. Why no regulation, no legality is legal? Because if today you want to say, I want to give somebody a gift, is there a law in the old one which can say no? If I want to give you 1 million, you could put a million. So that is why I'm telling you, this thing has evolved, it's been evolving over years. Because you have seen how people are having problems with the pyramid scheme, the likes of this, how they dismantle it, remove people's money to make sure it all goes. But now, even if somebody comes legally in Kenya and say, why are you doing this? We just taking to, we have all the things. We just taking, look, these are people who are giving each other free gifts. Where will you take them? Nowhere. So it is a gift given to somebody. But then the systems will calculate all what you have been giving, and that is what people will give you. You see? it goes on like a banking system, it will circulate. Until a revolving fund, exactly.
Yeah.
So what is the other you see now the investment part of it, the helping part of it, which gives you that percent, that percent. What other avenues now can we, other incentives that is within the system?
I was wondering why we cannot show the people who are not in, because some of us are in, others are not. Maybe we could show them how they are supposed to come into it. Like the $10 I was given, how they can get it. Then we can go to the questions now when we are on the same page. Because I'm sure some people will be wondering, how do I, what does this relate to me?
Telling you things as they are, and that is how it's supposed to be. We are not telling you that that we are an investment bank, an investment that when you bring in your money you will get this. So basically what we are saying, we are a community of givers. You give and receive. And a community that actually gives you more advantages, that when you give, you receive more than what you give. So basically, to take you through the registration process, of course I told you that we work through referrals. So basically, someone somewhere will refer you. Like in this case, probably he will refer you. He is a registered member. So when he refers you, he'll take you through this process. Of course, we must have an email address. At this digital era, nobody can be forgiven if you don't have an email address. And if you don't have one, opening an email address is free. Gmail, Yahoo, zote ni free. And in case you cannot have access to computers, unaweza kuassign, tuseme kama ni mzee, unaweza kuassign mtu mwenye una trust, anaweza kulearn mambo yako. Because you'll not learn your things to the very end. At least you'll have to trust someone who can manage your affairs. So, when you come in with your email address, okay, you'll open the referral link. Your referral link itakuwa na jina ya yule mtu amekurefer. And of course, you'll be asked who is your manager. And in this case, your manager is Ogalo. He will assist you to get Ogalo's email and number for the registration to take place. So you'll go through filling the first form, which gives your personal details, that is your email address, your mobile phone, your Skype address, your referral's email, your manager's email, your manager's phone number, and you'll be asked, how did you find about us? So basically, when you ask that question and you are introduced by him, you'll say that you got that information from a friend. And of course, you'll have to prove that you're not a robot. And actually, you'll have to sign and agree that you have understood what the system stands for. When you sign here, then you register. After registration, we'll also need, or the system will also require you to confirm that actually you are the owner of that email address that you used here. So it will send you a confirmation on a recovery password. So when you sign in to your account, you'll get that email asking you to recover your password or reset your password. When you click that link, now you get another window that will actually give you a reset code that you'll use to set up your new password. When you are done with setting up the password, now you are in the system, or now you have actually gotten your personal office. And the personal office is where where you request to give help and where you request to get help. That is your personal office. And actually, in the personal office, that is where still you can be able to calculate like how much you can get in terms of help. So, after you have registered your personal office, now you go to the process of registration of your Bitcoin wallet. This is where your money is. Such that when you are in your personal office and request to give help, when that person who wants to get that help comes in and you are sent a notification email that the request that you offered to give, somebody is coming for it. So you'll go directly to your wallet. That is where you'll transfer the money to the recipient. The email that will come to you requesting to get that help will have the whole address of that person, including the name and the address that I told you about, which is the Bitcoin address, and in this case acts as your account. So for them, they'll get it. That is the $16 that you're talking about.
Or they'll get the $16. Maybe they are listening. Kwa hivyo mkiingia mnaweza pata $16 wazi.
That is remind them that is over and above the deposit that they'll bring in.
Yeah, they can bring in, yes. Okay. So even if you don't have your own deposit currently, then you can start with the $16. Is that possible?
It is possible, but to encourage the community to grow, right now they are actually sending the $16 after you make the first deposit.
Oh, after you make the first deposit?
Yes.
Ah.
That is an incentive to a person now who have actually exhibited commitment.
Oh.
Yes.
So what is the minimum commitment?
Of course, the minimum commitment will be the minimum amount that you can give in the community. That is $10.
I will not delve into that very much, but blockchain, since our founder, or the founder of the movement, is also one of the creator of people who designed Bitcoins in the world. So the suggestion is, why we suggest or request for people to use blockchain, is blockchain has got added security.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if, like today you open a blockchain and you know your email, you know your password, if you just go to any site or to just type the URL, then you try to enter it, it will not go. You can't enter it. But in your email address, you enter that blockchain through your email address. So that one brings in added security. You understand? Yeah. So that not unless somebody goes through your email address, inside there's a link, login link in the email address, you cannot get into your blockchain account, no matter what. So you have to go through your email address to get to the blockchain.
That means the Triple M cannot accept any other Bitcoin apart from blockchain.
Bitcoin wallet.
Bitcoin wallet does not accept any. So
not unless I go and find so much about it, but I think there is no big deal. Though, funny enough, when we do our transaction, there is an image which you have to snap, photocopy, not photocopy actually, it's the snipping tool. You use snipping tool in the computer. Snipping tool ile inachukua snapshot of that screen. Then you save it as an image in the desktop. Then there is a level whereby you are completing your transaction. You see a place to download, to upload the image. You click on it, go to that whichever that page which you copied through snipping tool. Then you upload it there. Then you see it confirms it, because it shows the transaction was being done. You put it, you wait when the time you have put that money, the address, before you send. Then you take that snapshot when it is like that.
Because other instances, maybe you used, say for
Click there. It will direct you, it will show you how to do certain tasks. The task, maybe you are just downloading something on a YouTube, or you are taking some images. There are millions of images of MMM worldwide on the internet. You can upload certain images, and according to the task, that particular task you are doing, because there are several tasks. Some of them you can write a comment on something which has been said. You can create a certain blog and write something about MMM on it, things of that nature. So there are things which anybody normally, you can do. And once you do them, you have added points. You see points are adding up.